Hello viewers, I am Deepthi Hans. Today we are going to discuss Mathematics ICSE Specimen Question Paper 2023 Section B. In Section B we have 7 questions. Out of these 7 questions, we need to attempt only 4 questions. Let us start with question number 4. Part 1 is, following bill shows the GST rates and marked price of articles. Articles are graphic card, marked price is written and rate of GST is given. And we have to find the total amount to be paid for the above bill. So, first of all, marked price of graphic card is given as 1550 rupees and rate of GST is 18%. So the amount paid is 15,500 plus 18% of 15,500. So 15,500 plus 18 of means multiply. Now 15500 plus 18 into 155 is 2790. So our amount comes out to be rupees 18290. Then they have asked marked price of laptop adapter. Marked price is 1900 rupees. Then rate is 28%. Amount paid for this is 1900 plus 28% of 1900. It means 1900 plus 28 upon 100 into 1900. So 1900 plus 28 into 19, which is 532. So 1900 plus 532. Total rupees comes out to be 2432. These are the 2 articles given by them. So total amount paid is equal to sum of these two, 18290 plus 2432. It is rupees 20722. 20,722 rupees is the total amount paid. In part 2, we need to solve the quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is given as 7x square plus 2x minus 2. Now, in this equation, a is 7, b is 2, c is minus 2. So, discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Its value comes out to be 2 square minus 4, 7 and minus 2. 4 plus 28, 56. It means 60. And value of under root d is 2 under root 15 because 60 can be written as 15. 4 into 15, so 4 becomes 2 and comes out from under root. So now value of x is minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. It means minus b plus minus under root d upon 2a. So value of minus b is minus 2 plus minus under root d is 2 under root 15 divided by 2 and a is 7. 2 can come common from all these terms. So minus 1 plus minus under root 15 divided by 2 into 7. So value comes out to be minus 1 plus minus under root 15 upon 7. Now for 2 roots, one root is minus 1 plus under root 15 upon 7 and another is minus 1 minus under root 15 upon 7. So now value of under root 15. From the table this value is 3.87 up to correct 2 decimal places and minus 1 minus 3.87 divided by 7. So our 2 roots are x is equal to 2.87 divided by 7. It means 0.41 and second root is minus 4.87 divided by 7, it means minus 0.69. So 0.41 and minus 0.69 are our two roots, correct up to 2 decimal places. In part number 3, use graph sheet, draw a histogram, daily earnings of 54 medical stores. We need to estimate the mode. Take 2 centimeter is equal to rupees 500 along x-axis and 2 centimeter is equal to 5 store along y-axis. So we know class interval is on this side. So this is our class interval on x-axis and then frequency on our y-axis. So daily earnings are 4,500 to 5,000 of medical stores, 20, number is 20. And then 5,000 to 5,500, it is 14, then 12, then 5, and then 6,500 to 7,000, it is 3. So we need to estimate the mode. For calculation of mode, highest frequency is this 45 to 5,000. So our model class is this much. And then we need to join diagonally like this. Here first frequency is the highest. So we need to join it to 0. With the help of scale, you need to draw this question on your graph paper. So this is our mode and this value of mode comes out to be 4,900. This is the value of mode. Coming to question number 5, our part 1 is matrix A is given as 3, minus 1, minus 2, 4. Then B as 6 and 1, C as minus 4 and 5. We need to calculate AB minus 5C. Now for AB, multiplication is required. First write them in correct order, which is first A and then B. Now for multiplication, we need to go like this, row wise and in this column wise. So our multiplication comes out to be 3 into 6, 18, plus minus 2 into 1, minus 2. Then minus 1 into 6, minus 6, and then 4 into 1, 4. We know the order of this is 2 into 2, 2 is to 1, and then its order comes out to be 2 into 1. So this value comes 16 and then minus 2. Now AB minus 5C is required. Value of AB is 16 minus 2 and minus 5. Value of C is minus 4 and 5. So 16 minus 2 minus 5 multiplied by 4 is minus 20 and then 25. It means 16 minus minus plus 20 and then minus 2 minus 25. So 36 and then minus 27. This is the answer of 3AB minus 5C. In part 2, this is the given figure. O is the center of the circle. Tangent PT meets the diameter RQ. This is the diameter, this is the tangent produced at P. Now prove in these two triangles are similar. So in first part, triangle PQT and triangle PTR we are taking. So in triangle, these two. Now this is PQT, this triangle is PQT, and then PTR. It means P, T and R full triangle. Angle P is common in both of these. So angle P you can write common. Then angle PTQ. It means this angle. This angle PTQ is equal to angle PRT. P, R and T, this angle. We know this is the angle in the alternate segment. Alternate segment. Angle made by tangent with this chord, and this chord made another angle at the circumference of the circle. So this angle and this angle both are equal. So these two triangles are similar by AA, triangle PQT and triangle PTR. These are similar by AA. In B part, PT is equal to 6 centimeter and QR is equal to 9 centimeter. These two things are given, and find the length of PQ. Let PQ is equal to X. Now we know that when a tangent and a chord meet externally, then PT square, it means tangent square, is equal to two segments. It means PQ multiplied by PR. Now PT value is given as 6, so 6 square is equal to value of PQ we assumed as X, and value of PR is this whole, it means X plus 9. So it is X square plus 9X. So we get a quadratic equation. Minus 36 is equal to 0. Middle term split. 12X minus 3X. 12, 3, 36. Minus 36 is equal to 0. X plus 12. Minus 3 common. X plus 12. So X minus 3 and X plus 12. So it means X is equal to 3, ignoring minus 12. So the value of PQ is equal to 3 centimeter. In part number 3, factorize the given polynomial completely using remainder theorem, and given polynomial is 6x cube plus 25x square plus 31x plus 10. Now remainder theorem, we need to do hit and trial method. It means one factor is suppose minus 1. If this is px, then assuming minus 1 is factor, so 6 minus 1 plus 1 we cannot take because any number is not of minus nature. So 6 this, and 25 minus 1 square plus 31 minus 1 plus 10. It means minus 6 plus 25 minus 31 plus 10, it means minus 37 plus 35, it means this is not a factor. It is not equal to 0. Again taking minus 2 as factor, then 6 minus 2 cube, 25 minus 2 square plus 31 minus 2 plus 10, and value comes out to be minus 48 plus 100 minus 62 plus 10. It means minus 110 plus 110, it means equal to 0. So therefore x minus 2 is a minus 2, and therefore x plus 2 is a factor. So we got one factor which is x plus 2. Now we need to divide 6x cube plus 25x square plus 31x plus 10 with x plus 2. Now 6x cube divided by x, it means 6x square. 6x cube plus multiply by this is 12x square minus 25 minus 12 is 13x square plus 31x plus 10. So 13x square divided by x is 13x square plus multiply by 2, 26x. 31 minus 26 is 5x plus 10. So again divided by 5x plus 10, and remainder is 0. So one factor is x plus 2. Other factor we can get from this quadratic equation by middle term splitting method. So 6x square, 6 multiplied by 5 is 30, and 10 into 3 is also 30. So 3x plus 5. After these two, we can take 2x common. So value comes out to be 3x plus 5, and 1 common, 3x plus 5. So 3x plus 5 and 2x plus 1. These are the two factors, and one is x plus 2. So the complete factorization of this polynomial is this, in which we have 3 factors because the highest degree is 3. So we have these 3 factors. In question number 6, part 1, ABCD is a square, and where B is 1, 3 and D is 3, 2 are the endpoints of the diagonal BD. Find the coordinates of the point of intersection of diagonal AC and BD, and the equation of diagonal AC is the B part. So first of all, we know that diagonals of a square are equal and bisect each other perpendicularly. So we know that these two diagonals are equal and they are perpendicular to each other also. So now, so if diagonals bisect each other, it means their midpoints are same. So we start with this question as midpoint of BD diagonal is equal to midpoint of AC diagonal. Now for finding the midpoint of DB, we know the formula x1 plus x2 divided by 2. It means 3 plus 1 divided by 2 and then y2 plus y1 divided by 2. It means, and midpoint of AC is also same. Then this comes out to be 4 by 2 and 5 by 2. This is the midpoint of AC also. 4 by 2 and 5 by 2. It means 2 and 5 by 2 is the midpoint of AC. Now, we need to find the slope of BD also. So, slope of BD is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So, y2 is 3 minus 2 upon 1 minus 3. It is minus 1 upon 2. Now, we know the slope of line AC, which is perpendicular to this, is equal to minus 1 upon slope of this line. So minus 1 upon 2. We know that two lines, they are mutually perpendicular, then M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 means if we need to find the slope of another one, minus 1 upon the slope of given line. So its slope comes out to be 2. So this is the slope and this is the point. Now we need to use the slope point form of equation. So this is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. This is the slope. So y minus y1 is 5 upon 2. This is x1 and y1 is equal to m is 2. X minus x1 is 2. So y minus 5 upon 2 is equal to 2x minus 4. By taking reciprocal, cross multiplication, y minus 5, 2y minus 5 is equal to 4x minus 8. So, line 2y minus 4x is equal to minus 3. This is the equation of the line. Diagonal AC. For part 2, prove that question from trigonometry, secant square theta plus or secant square theta is equal to secant theta multiplied by cosec theta. Identities we need to use here. Now taking left hand side only, under root, secant square we can write as 1 upon cos square and cosecant is 1 upon sin square theta. It means taking LCM, sin square theta and cos square theta, LCM cos square theta. We know the identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So numerator comes out to be 1 and in denominator sin square theta and cos square theta are multiplied. So if they come out from this under root, then 1 upon sin theta and cos theta. It means 1 upon sin theta is cosec theta and 1 upon cos theta is sec theta. It means sec theta into cosec theta is equal to right hand side. So LHS is equal to RHS, hence verified or proved. In part number 3, the first and the last term and common difference of a AP are 98, 1001 and 7 respectively. Find the following: number of terms n and then sum of n terms. So the given things are A is equal to 98, L it means last term, or you can also write AN is 1001 and then common difference D is equal to 7. Now AN is equal to A plus n minus 1D. Now value of AN is given as 1001, value of A is 98 plus n minus 1, D is 7. 98 plus n minus 1 into 7, it means 98 plus 7n minus 7. So 1001, 98 minus 7 is 91. So minus 91 is equal to 7n or you can say 7n is equal to 910. It means n is equal to 910 divided by 7, 130. So number of terms in this AP is 130. Now formula of sum of these n terms is n by 2 a plus L. This is the simplest formula for when last term is given. So n is 130 divided by 2 and then a is 98 plus last term is 1001. And its value comes out to be 65 multiplied with 1099. And answer is 71435. If you don't want to use this formula, we can use our normal formula Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. But this is OR. You need not to write these two formulas all together. But if you want to cross check your answer, then n by 2, 2a is 2 into 98 plus n minus 1 is 130 minus 1 is 129 into 7. N is 130 divided by 2, it means 65. 98 into 2 is 196 plus 903. It means 65 multiply with 1099. Answer again comes to be 71435. In question number 7 part 1, a box contains some green, yellow and white balls. The probability of selecting a green ball is 1 by 4, yellow ball is 1 by 3 and white balls is not given, so we assume it as W. If the box contains 10 white balls, it means number of quantity is in this box is 10. Then find total number of balls in the box and probability of selecting a white ball. We know the total probability of the event is 1. So PA is 1 is equal to 1 is equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 3 plus W. So probability of selecting a white ball, it means W is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 3. It means 1 minus this LCM is 12 and then 3 plus 4, it means 1 minus 7 upon 12, it means 5 upon 12. So 5 upon 12 is the probability of selecting a white ball. Now this is our B part. Now for A part, total number of balls in the box. Now assume that total number of balls is X. So 5 upon 12, this is the probability of white ball of total number of balls which is X is equal to 10. So 5 upon 12 of means multiply X is 10. Then X is equal to 10 multiplied by 12 divided by 5. 2, then X is equal to 24. So total number of balls in the box is 24. We can check this question also because it is given that 1 by 4. 1 by 4 of total, this is green, it means 6 and yellow is 1 by 3 of 24, it means 8 and white are 10. So 6 plus 8 plus 10, it means 24. Total number of balls in the box is 24. In question number 7 part 2, a cone and a sphere having the same radius. It means radius of this and this both are same are melted and recast into a cylinder. The radius and height of the cone are, radius is given as 3 centimeter and height of cone is 12 centimeter. If the radius of the cylinder so formed is 2 centimeter and find the height of the cylinder, let it be capital H, then find the height of the cylinder. We know that whenever two solids are melted and formed into one single solid, then the volume of these two will be equal to this. So, volume of cone plus volume of sphere is equal to volume of cylinder. Now, volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h plus volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to cylinder pi r square and h. Now 1 by 3 pi r square is common, h from cone and 4 r from sphere is equal to pi, r is 2 square and then h. Now pi is cancelled, so 1 by 3, value of radius is 3 square, h is 12 plus 4, radius is 3 and then 4h. Now 3, 12 plus 12 is equal to 4h and h is equal to 3 into 24 divided by 4. It means 18 centimeter. So height of this cylinder comes out to be 18 centimeter. In part number 3, A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. All the four corners lie on the circumference of the circle. And PQ is a tangent to the smaller circle, E, at this point E. Now given angle AEP is equal to 70 degree and then BOC is equal to 110 degree. Find angle ECB, angle ECB. Find this angle, we need to calculate ECB. Now for this, we know in a circle, when a tangent makes an angle with a chord, this angle is equal to angle made by this chord in the alternate segment. So here, this angle is 70. So this angle is also equal to 70. So angle ECB is equal to 70 degree, or we can write it as ECB is equal to angle BEP is equal to 70 degree. Reason is angle in alternate segments are equal. In every part, we need to give the reason here. Now BEC, next angle we need to calculate angle BEC. Here we are assuming this OS center. So angle BOC is given as 110. So BEC is equal to half of angle BOC, and which is 110. So its value comes out to be 55 degree. We know the reason, angle made by arc at the center is double of the angle made by arc on any part of the circle. Now for BFC, this is BFC. Now this BFCE is also a cyclic quadrilateral. All the four corners lie on the circumference of the circle, so they are supplementary. This angle BEC and this. So BFC is equal to 180 minus angle BEC. It means 180 minus value of BC, we have calculated 55. So this angle is 125 degree. We need to give the reason. In a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. Supplementary means their sum is 180 degree. Now DAB, angle DAB. So this is again a cyclic quadrilateral. ABCD is again cyclic quadrilateral, and we know this property. In a cyclic quadrilateral, exterior angle of one side is equal to interior opposite angle. So we need to write exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral is equal to interior opposite angle. So exterior angle is, if we extend this side of this cyclic quadrilateral DC, so this is our exterior angle, and we have recently calculated it. This angle is equal to this, it means 70 degree. So exterior angle is equal to 70 degree is equal to interior opposite angle is this DAB. So angle DAB is equal to 70 degree. We just need to write this thing in the bracket. Exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral is equal to interior opposite angle. In question number 8, part 1, solve the following inequation and represent the solution set on a number line. So we need to split in two parts. Minus x upon 3 minus 4 is less than or equal to x by 2 minus 7 upon 3. And then x upon 2 minus 7 upon 3 is less than minus 7 upon 6. Transposing similar terms on same side. minus 7 upon 3 plus 4. LCM minus 2x minus 3x. LCM minus 7 plus 12. 5 upon 3 minus 5x upon 6. X is, now we are going to divide this number with minus number. So we need to change the sign. 5 upon 3 multiplied by 6 by 5 along with minus sign. So x is greater than and equal to minus 2. This is our one solution. Then x upon 2 is less than minus 7 upon 6 plus 7 upon 3. LCM is 6. Minus 7 plus 14. So 7 upon 6. X by 2. X is 7 upon 6 multiplied by 2. It means 14. 7 upon 3. Or you can simply write 7 upon 3 in decimal, it is 2.3. Because we need to represent the solution set on real number, so for our complete solution is x is greater than and equal to minus 2 and less than 2.3. So for real number we need to draw the whole number line including minus number, 0 and positive numbers also. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3, and this is our point 2.3. We can also write 7 upon 3 here, but no equality sign, so hollow circle on this side. We need to draw hollow circle, and on this side we need to draw complete circle because equality sign is here, and we need to draw a line. So this is our solution set. In part 2, table gives the petrol prices per liter for a period of 50 days. So price is given, which is known as class interval here, and number of days, which is known as frequency over here. Find the mean price of petrol per liter to the nearest rupee using step deviation method. So for calculation of mean, class interval, this is frequency. Now we need to calculate class mark. For class mark, we need to add these two and divide it by 2. So value comes out to be 87.5. Then 90 and 95, it means 92.5. Then 97.5 and then 102.5 and then 107.5. So these are the class marks. Now we need to assume a mean. So I am assuming this as the A, or assumed mean you can say is 97.5. Then deviation is 87.5 minus 97.5, it is minus 10. Then this minus this is minus 5, then this 0, and then 102.5 minus this is 5, and then 10. But for step deviation method, we need to calculate T also. So T is equal to xi minus a divided by h, which is the class interval. So here h is equal to difference between maximum and minimum value, 90 minus 85. So h is 5. So divided by minus 10 divided by 5 is minus 2, then minus 1, then 0, then 1 and then 2. Now f into t. F is this and t is this. We need to take these two columns only. 12 minus 2, it means minus 24, then minus 10, then 0, then 15 and then 10. Now sigma ft is equal to minus 9. We need to add these two and then these two subtract this from. Sigma ft is minus 9. Now coming to the formula of mean. We know that mean is equal to what we have subtracted, assumed mean A, so we need to add A plus sigma ft divided by sigma f multiplied by h, because we have divided by h here, so multiply by h, minus A, so plus A. Now what is assumed mean? Value is 97.5. 7.5 plus sigma ft, its value is minus 9. What is the value of sigma f? It is given in the question as 50 and value of h is 5. So this is 97.5 minus 9 upon 10. 97.5 minus 0.9. So its value comes out to be 96.6. But they told in question that nearest rupee. So nearest rupee is approximately equal to 97 rupees. So rupees 97 is the mean of this petrol prices. In part 3, this is the diagram given. ABC is a triangle and BCFD is a parallelogram. It means these two sides are parallel and these two sides which are parallel. And EF is given as 15 centimeter. AD upon DB ratio is given as 4:5. AD upon DB is given as 4x and 5x. 4:5 is the given ratio. So find AE and EC. AE and EC. Now we know that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC because a line drawn parallel to one side of the triangle divides the other two sides of the triangle in proportion. So if proportion on this side is 4:5, then AE upon AC is also equal to 4:5. We need to write the line drawn parallel to one side divides the other two sides in proportion. Complete this statement. Now in next part they have asked us to calculate DE. This is our side DE. For this we need to prove this triangle and this triangle as similar. So we need to take these two triangles in triangle ADE and triangle CFE. These are vertically opposite angles. So first AED is equal to CEF vertically opposite angles, and then these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal. So this angle and this angle are angle in the alternate segment. So angle ADE is equal to angle CFE. We need to write alternate interior angles. So they are equal. So by AA congruency, these two triangles are similar. Triangle ADE is similar to triangle CFE by AA. Now, if triangles are similar, then sides must be in proportion. So AD upon CF is equal to DE upon EF. So value of AD is given as 4 and CF is parallel to this line. So this is also 5. These and these two lines are parallel. So 4x and 5x is equal to DE. Value of DE we need to calculate, but value of EF is given as 15. So value of DE is equal to 4 into 15 divided by 5. It means 12 centimeter. So value of DE is equal to 12 centimeter. This is our second part. For third part, we need to calculate BC. Now BC, because this is given that this is a parallelogram. So BC is equal to DE plus EF. DE we have just calculated as 12 and EF is given as 15. So value of complete BC is 27 centimeter. This is our third part. So in this, A part is find the ratio of AE upon EC. So ratio of AE upon EC is same as 4:5. So answer is 4:5. In second part DE, so we have calculated DE as 12 centimeter. And then BC, which is the sum of DE plus EF, it is 27 centimeter. With this, I come to the end of this video. I am leaving remaining questions to you. You will solve and then tell me if you have any problems. Then I will make another video. But first of all, I want to thank all of you because it is a saying that a journey of several miles, 1,000 miles start from a single step. And I have achieved this single step of 1,000 subscribers just because all of you. So thanks to all of you from the bottom of my heart.